Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Russian intelligence agents recruited members of Ukraine President Zelensky's security team to assassinate the Ukrainian president in an explosion. Ukraine's counterintelligence service uncovered the plot. According to Ukraine's state security service, 2 colonels in the State Guard of Ukraine, which guards the president and other government leaders, were detained on suspicion of leaking information to Russia's Federal Security Service. The statement noted that the 2 colonels had been recruited before Russia launched its invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. They are both facing charges of treason, which carries a life sentence. In addition to assassinating Zelensky, the conspirators also hope to identify several senior Ukrainian officials and target them in an attack utilizing rockets, drones, and missiles. Zelensky, 46, previously claimed that there had been at least 10 attempts on his life since the Ukraine war started. Late on Tuesday, the Biden administration said that it had paused a shipment of weapons and ammunition to Israel and is reviewing other proposed arms deals. The administration is trying to force Israel to rethink its military assault on Rafah, which it launched on Monday after Hamas agreed to rough outlines of a deal that could release hostages for a ceasefire. The paused delivery includes different types of munitions, including 2,000-pound bombs. Republicans on Thursday criticized the White House for halting arms shipments while Israel is still fighting in Gaza. It wasn't the Israelis that started this conflict, and I'm just very concerned that we do not try to micromanage Israel's right to defend itself against the terrorist group backed by Iran, Senator Susan Collins told Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin at an Appropriations Subcommittee hearing Thursday. Austin said the shipment of bombs would resume after Israel supplied it with a plan to protect more than 1.1 million civilians seeking refuge in Rafah. The Boy Scouts of America is changing its name for the first time ever in its 114-year history and will become Scouting America. The Texas-based organization announced the name change Tuesday at its annual meeting in Florida. It's a significant shift as the organization emerges from bankruptcy following sexual abuse claims and seeks to focus on inclusion. The Boy Scouts' $2.4 billion bankruptcy reorganization plan took effect last year, allowing the organization to keep operating while compensating the more than 80,000 men who say they were sexually abused as children while scouting. The organization is now also allowing gay youth and girls into the program. The organization won't officially become Scouting America until February 8, 2025, the organization's 115th birthday. General Motors said Wednesday production of its gasoline-powered Chevrolet Malibu car will end later this year in order to produce new electric vehicles. The Detroit automaker is investing $390 million at its Kansas assembly plant to build next-generation Chevrolet Bolt EVs. Production of the prior generation Bolt ended in December. Production of its Malibu will end in November. Since 1964, more than 10 million Malibus have been sold. GM has been shifting away from cars in favor of building more crossover and sport utility vehicles in recent years. The very popular Chevrolet Camaro ended production last year. Scientists in China have created a test using artificial intelligence that can detect cancer using one spot of dried blood. In the recent study focusing on pancreatic, gastric, and colorectal cancer, the researchers tested their AI model on a few hundred blood samples from people known to have cancer. They found the dried blood spot test had greater accuracy than current tests using whole blood. Compared to the whole blood samples, the dried blood test was more heat stable, less expensive, faster to perform, took up less physical space, and was easier to transport. This makes it particularly accessible to underserved populations and less developed countries where cancers are often missed. Officials say that before doctors can start using these tests on their patients, they need to test the technology to confirm the findings. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
He was surprised to find out that he has elevated blood pressure, which could turn into high blood pressure. So he talked with his doctor about a healthy path to get his numbers down. He quit smoking, which makes a big difference for his overall heart health. He also cut down on salt by watching out for high sodium on food labels and added a 30-minute walk 5 days a week to his routine. These healthy steps weren't easy, but lowering his blood pressure was worth it. Learn more about his healthy path.
Welcome back. On Monday afternoon, a 79-year-old Weymouth woman was found dead in shallow water at Pond Meadow Park. According to the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, the woman, who was identified as Mulaine Chin, was on her way to meet a family member at the park. Braintree police notified the DA's office around 2:30 p.m. on May 6 of the ongoing investigation. A state police detective attached to the DA's office joined Braintree police at the scene. In their statement, the DA's office said, quote, "Initial information is that when Chin did not arrive at an expected location, that family member alerted a Braintree police officer who was in the park. She was discovered in shallow water near a small bridge," end quote. Authorities say the death is not considered suspicious. During Tuesday's town council meeting, Chris Griffin, director of Braintree's Parks and Rec Department, announced a new donation was made to the department. Sue Chin, wife of Nelson Chin and head of the Nelson Chin Foundation, learned from Griffin that the department needed funding to keep the special needs summer programming available this year. Sue offered a donation from the Nelson Chin Foundation to help Braintree children get the programming they need this summer. Chin accompanied Griffin to the meeting, and here's more from Chris Griffin.
Good evening, Mr. President. Through you to the members, councilors, thank you very much. I know the person on my right needs no introduction. Our friend Sue Chin, Nelson's wife, who's also the chairperson of the Nelson Chin Memorial Fund. Just to give you a brief bit of background, Sue in our office had been talking for some time about how to support some of our summer programs. And in the midst of taking a good hard look at the Summer Special Needs Program, which we've offered now for more than 40 years, it was determined that we do need to maybe update it a little bit with the times. And Sue stepped forward and very kindly offered to offer a very substantial and generous donation towards the running of this program, which we love so very much, which is a big part of our summer. And it's just wonderful that we're going to be able to continue it, offering it. We obviously will still charge a very low registration fee for summer programming, but this program will now be completely cost neutral to the town due to the generosity of the Nelson Chin Foundation, and we're very, very grateful for hopefully for your support tonight.
This Saturday, a number of supporters will be rallying at Braintree Town Hall in support of the Prop 2.5 override, the only question to appear in front of voters in the June special election. The event, which was announced on Facebook, will start at 11 a.m. Supporters are encouraged to come out to show their support, meet other supporters, and to find out more information about the override vote. Another event for supporters will be held on May 14th at the Widowmaker Brewery. The event starts at 7:30 p.m. at 220 Wood Road. For more information, head to voteyesbraintree.com. As the end of the school year in Braintree approaches, seniors have a little leeway to have a lot of fun. One of the long-running traditions for graduating seniors in Braintree is called the Senior Assassin. The game usually involves high school seniors tracking other seniors until they squirt their target with a squirt gun. Braintree Police announced that as seniors continue this tradition, it has become a growing safety concern over the years. In their statement, BPD said, quote, "This activity can appear suspicious and concerning to the general public, resulting in calls to 911. Various call types we have received include participants trespassing on private property and driving dangerously in residential neighborhoods and major roadways, which puts themselves and residents at risk. End quote. This year, police are asking community members to be aware of the game, but if residents do see anything suspicious, to call police instead of investigating themselves. Braintree's Hazard Mitigation Planning Committee developed a strategy plan for reducing current and future natural hazard risks and impacts for climate change. When implemented, the Hazard Mitigation Plan makes the town more resilient to natural hazards such as flooding, snowstorms, high winds, and extreme temperatures. Federal Emergency Management Agency approval and town adoption of their Hazard Mitigation Plan allows the town to apply for pre- and post-disaster hazard mitigation grant funds. There is a commentary period for town residents who may have any questions or concerns. To see the plan, head to braintreema.gov. To send in any comments, send an email to kphelan@braintreema.gov. The American Red Cross is visiting Braintree for their initiative Sound the Alarm, Save a Life. The initiative, spearheaded by District 5 Town Councilor Meredith Barica, aims to install more working smoke alarms in local homes. According to the Red Cross, working smoke detectors can cut the risk of death from home fires in half. So on May 18th, volunteers from the Red Cross and Braintree Fire Department are partnering up to install new smoke detectors in Braintree homes between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Appointments are still available, and you can head to soundthealarm.org/MA to book it now. Here's more about the event from Councilor Barica.
Thank you very much, Vice President Ringus. As many of you may remember, at the end of last year, sadly and tragically, there was a fatal fire on my street. And so in response to that, I want to say thank you so much to the Braintree Fire Department, Mayor Joyce, and to the American Red Cross, who will be donating to any Braintree resident who needs them smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, for free installation, and this is part of the American Red Cross Sound the Alarm campaign to prevent unnecessary deaths from having non-working or no smoke detectors in people's homes. So I urge all residents, please, I'm going to give the number out. It's 1-800-564-1234. And that is to leave a message for the American Red Cross. They will get back to you within the next week to arrange a smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector free installation at your house. The installation day will be Saturday, May 18th between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. So once again, that number is 1-800-564-1234. Please take advantage of this. We don't need any more unnecessary deaths from not having smoke detectors. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Do you know that electrical failures are the third leading cause of home fires? Cords and plugs led in this category, while extension cords dominated this category. To avoid these fires, plug heat-generated appliances directly into an outlet. Do not use power strips or extension cords on these appliances. Power strips are designed for use with electronics only. Do not put electrical cords underneath rugs or pinch behind furniture. Do not overload outlets. Charge laptops and phones on hard surfaces only. Finally, if an electrical device is not working as designed, it is time to repair it or replace it. Be conscious of your home environment and be safe, and thank you for doing so.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. With elections coming up in November, Massachusetts lawmakers began considering a bill that would require any AI-generated campaign materials to carry a warning label. Concerns over possible use of computer-generated images and sound recordings that could confuse or alienate voters prompted this bill. On Tuesday, Senator Barry Feingold and Representative Frank Moran proposed a bill that would ban the use of synthetic media in the 90 days preceding an election without disclosing that the material had been manipulated or generated by artificial intelligence. The bill would also ban the deliberate manipulation of material with the intent of deceiving voters by presenting a political candidate or party in ways contrary to their stated platforms and policies. In the U.S., 13 states have already passed laws regulating AI. An 18-year-old Milton native is spending the next 3 months crossing the globe in his small Cessna plane. Ethan Guo, who has been living in Florida the past few years, is back in Massachusetts before his flight to be with friends and family. While working on his plane at Norwood Memorial Airport last week, Ethan said, quote, "More people have been in space than have flown around the world," end quote. He tried making the global trek last year in hopes of becoming the youngest person to complete the trip. While on his way to a Memphis airport, his plane encountered a partial power failure. While Ethan won't be the youngest person to fly a plane across the world, he is tying his dream to raising funds for St. Jude's Hospital. With 80 residents displaced in Randolph by a devastating fire at the Bridle Path Apartments, the town is now accepting donations. At this time, gift cards and online money donations are the only ways to donate to families affected by the fire. Food, clothing, and essentials are being coordinated through service agencies. Gift cards can be to local grocery stores, restaurants, pharmacies, clothing stores, and Visa gift cards. Cards can be dropped off at Randolph Town Hall, located at 41 South Main Street, the RICC, located at 128 Pleasant Street, or at the library, located at 2 North Main Street. To donate online, head to gofundme.com/f/Randolph Fire Recovery. The third annual Quincy Multicultural Festival is scheduled for this Saturday, May 11th. Cultural displays will fill Pageant Field for the festival that aims to highlight Quincy's diversity. The event includes performances, food from around the world, and displays put together by Quincy families to showcase their heritage. The festival is registered as a nonprofit organization, and the event will raise money to support families interested in participating. The Quincy Multicultural Festival is scheduled for noon to 4 p.m. on Saturday, May 11th. For more information, visit quincymulticulturalfestival.org. Experts believe the escalating conflict in the Middle East will cause gas prices to spike this summer. But that's not the only reason you should be prepared to spend more at the pump. According to AAA, gas stations will soon switch over to the summer blend fuel. The gas is better for the environment in warmer weather, but it also costs more to make. Summer fuel is more expensive than winter fuel because it takes longer to produce and has a lower yield per barrel of oil. In addition, refineries need to meet 14 different fuel specifications for the summer months, which can complicate production and distribution. These complexities can add up to 15 cents per gallon to the cost of producing summer blend fuel. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Take steps to keep yourself and your family safe from ticks and the illnesses they can cause. Use EPA-approved tick repellents on your skin and clothes. Read and follow the directions. Wear light-colored clothing to make it easier to spot a crawling tick. Check for ticks on yourself, your kids, and your pets anytime you've been outdoors. Some tick bites can make you sick, but finding and removing a tick properly makes it less likely. Call your doctor if you start to feel ill or notice a rash near the bite. Play it safe when you're outdoors.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Today in entertainment, we have some movie and television recommendations for you to watch. First, The Idea of You follows Celine, a 40-year-old single mom who begins an unexpected romance with 24-year-old Hayes Campbell, the lead singer of August Moon, the most famous boy band on the planet. The film stars Anne Hathaway and Nicholas Galitzine. You can watch The Idea of You now on Amazon Prime. Next, Fallout is a TV series that takes place in post-apocalyptic Los Angeles, brought about by nuclear decimation. Citizens must live in underground bunkers to protect themselves from radiation, mutants, and bandits. The series stars Ella Purnell and Walton Goggins. You can watch Fallout now on Amazon Prime. Finally, Dark Matter is a TV series that follows Jason Dessen, who is abducted into an alternate version of his life. To get back to get back to his true family. To get back to his true family, he embarks on a harrowing journey to save them from the most terrifying foe imaginable, himself. The series stars Joel Edgerton and Jennifer Connelly. You can watch Dark Matter now on Apple TV. That'll do it for news today. Remember, if you're a customer of Verizon, you can watch BCAM TV in high definition on channel 2128. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll see you next time.